Welcome to hole number one of the Santa Ventura 9-hole Cup. Classic course here with new hole locations. Depending on the wind here, anywhere from 1 to 2 bars of topspin, 1 bar of right spin. Set up here with the extra mile 6, which I'll use throughout the video, and a navigator ball. You'll see that I'm adjusting this shot at 10% max. Now I had to pull it back a little from max just to give myself a bit of an adjustment. So I push it back to max so that I end up basically at the same position. I give this just about 3/4 of a ball of right curl or max right curl with that extra mile 6. So it just depends on the wind. This is a general path to get you there. This video is based on pre-tournament wins, so take that into account. This is the way to play the course, but you'll have to tweak it in the live tournament play to get those exacting drops. Second shot here. This one plays pretty consistently in all winds, though. 2 bars of backspin, and I'm playing this with my favorite short iron, the Thorn, adjusting this at 10% mid distance. Now, I do like to bounce this one on the green directly. That hasn't really changed. I know some people like to play around with a funnel here, a little slope from the back. You know, if it's a gimme, I'm down to give it a try. But this straightforward technique has always worked for me, and I think you'll see that this one can work for you as well. I hope you guys are looking forward to this one. That last tournament was pretty rough, and you know, this one, just in my general playthrough, has been a lot better. So looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. Good luck to you guys in the Santa Ventura 9-hole Cup. Hole number 2, the first part of 3, setting up with the Navigator and the Goliath. Now, this one doesn't seem to play all that much differently. Anywhere from 2 to 3, 2 to 4 bars of backspin, depending on a strong tailwind or a headwind here. And I'm just going directly at the pin. I found that 15% mid was a good elevation adjustment here. But again, you know, we always have to keep that number flexible and willing to sort of adapt to the circumstances. So in this kind of just slight cross tailwind here, I went with an even 3 bars of backspin. But for example, a strong headwind, you might only have 1 bar, and a strong tailwind, you might have 4 bars of backspin. So keep that in mind. You know, it all depends. Clean adjustment, always the plan. Got to make sure to hit perfect. I mean, there's lots of time left on the clock, right? Perfect away. This one gets very, very, very close. I'd rather save the drops for the live play. Woo, baby. I'll see you in number 3. Hole number 3, you're going to see so many players trying to overpower this drive and get themselves in trouble. I played here with a katana and a quarterback. 3 bars of left spin, no top, no back, just having the white ring on the left rough at maximum distance here. You'll notice I make a clean 10% max adjustment pull here. You could play 1-to-1 if you prefer. And I just give it a little couple of clicks of inner wall left curl. That's it. Simple play. I'm setting this one up for a sniper play. Now, I haven't found the same generous funnel that we found in previous hole locations, but I think it's going to play quite similar. 2 bars of backspin, 3 bars of left spin is the closest I've been able to get it, and I think you'll be pleased with the outcome here. 5% mid distance is what I'm going to recommend, because you'll know in the video I actually played it at 10. Guys, if you appreciate the videos, if you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. I'm still grinding out the path to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I would absolutely, genuinely appreciate your support. And if you have already been a long-time subscriber, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate it. So sniper 5% mid is what I recommend, a little tiny bit less. It's a bit of a strong wind as well. The reason I'm using 3 bars of left spin, there's like a hill kind of to the left of the front edge of the green here. And then there's actually a bit of a slope right before the pin. See how it kind of goes back up? So we'll have to play with it, but I think this is something we can definitely drop. Hole number 4, I try to make this as straightforward as possible. If you have a headwind, anywhere from 0.5 bars of topspin or to having a tailwind, you might need to go as far as 0.5 backspin. Nothing else. Goliath and a navigator here, and I find that 30% mid-distance adjustment is what's been getting me the closest. It's always tough to kind of try to dial them in pre-tournament practice because you're getting a completely different wind each and every time. But I like the Goliath, especially in this situation, because you don't have to adjust very many rings. Keep that in mind, because that bunker does come into play, and then it will kind of throw off your adjustment even more. Perfect away, clean little bounce. I avoid the left and the right side like the plague, but you can get stuck with some kind of fast rolls here. Again, not too much different with this whole location. Hole number 5, you don't need to do much with this drive at all. I use a Titan here because the second shot needs distance. 1 top, 2 bars of left spin. And you'll notice I kind of nestle half the yellow, or excuse me, half the red ring, kind of on the edge of the rough there, just to slightly grate proof it. I'm going to pull 10% max here, and you're going to notice that I'm using a little bit of outer wall left curl. The reason I'm not trying to bomb this drive is there's some big trees down the fairway that'll absolutely be in your way. Now, I do think actually though that the new hole position on hole 5 is improved. I found myself getting closer and feeling like, yeah, it's still a bit of a long shot, but if you've got a nice club and ball choice, such as the Horizon here, especially if you have a higher level than a 2 with a bit more ball guide, you really are looking at a much nicer shot. I found 5 bars of topspin, 1 right spin here. Put me in a very, very good position. Now, this one definitely plays uphill. I played this shot in the video at 0%, but I'm going to recommend as a general rule, -5% is probably going to get you about as close as anything here from the front tee. So I make the adjustment here, clean pull. It's a tiny little bit into overpower, nothing crazy. So I just give it like 2 little ticks. You barely even notice it overpower to compensate with the shot. Away she goes. You'll be the judge of the outcome here. I wish I could tell you this was an albatross, but you look and see how close this one really gets. And this one puts us in a very, very nice position to get that drop when it really counts. Hole number 6, this one's a par 4, but you'll notice I only have 1 shot indicated. I set up here with a Titan and an extra mile, 4.5 back, 2 bars of right spin. I've got that half that red ring at the +9 yard mark in the right rough and that second bounce on the rough. Now, to get that side spin to make it extra sweet and to accommodate that further right hole location, I elect to change here to a Kingmaker ball. Now, I don't often suggest those in rookie, and I don't take that suggestion lightly. However, I feel like this is nearly a guaranteed eagle, and it is absolutely worth your time to do so. Even if you have a direct headwind, you set up at max with the Kingmaker and then switch to a Zerk just to make sure you can make the adjustment here. I think it's absolutely worth it. You get a tap in putt, you take your eagle, and we're on to hole number 7. Hole number 7, once again, I think they actually improved this hole a lot. The nasty putt is basically gone. I played this one 5 bars of backspin, 1 bar of right spin, and I kind of move that yellow ring to the right until the ball guide kind of disappears, and then come back just to the left a little bit. You don't quite see it here. I kind of dialed in my position, but the ball guide is long, it is strong, but it lies. So just try this shot for yourself a couple of times. 15 minimum distance here, and this rough bump, actually, I think it's nowhere near as scary as it used to be. You know, you used to miss this hole to the left slightly, and you were dead in the water. This one now misses ever so slightly, takes a little turn, and sits there. And even if it rolls to the bottom of the green, I can still make the putt, and so can you. Hole number 8, this par 4 here, it's still long. You don't need to set it up quite as aggressively as I have with the green ring here touching, you know, the rough practically. You can pull it back a little bit, okay? Be a bit more great safe, but anywhere from 3 to 4 bars of backspin here, 2 bars of right spin. Puts that ball guide really nicely down the middle of the fairway. 10% max is going to be the pull here, and especially with this kind of nice wind angle, it's kind of hard to go wrong with this shot. Second shot, you're going to notice how nicely the new hole location plays into the traditional style of play here. So, you know, you can push this drive a little bit further live. You get that one dialed nicely. But from 303, second shot, looking pretty good here with the long iron. I do have the top of the rough. Checking my distance, you know, we're kind of in kind of mid-ish, maybe 40% range or something. But top of the red ring here, I give it anywhere from, you know, 1.5 or so bars of backspin. You'll see I probably should have played it like 1.3 bars of backspin, but I kind of went with like 1.5, whatever, right? Like, this is a great wind angle. This is the kind of wind angle we're looking for in live play. At that point, you're going to pick up an eagle here, and this is the kind of hole that can really separate you in a rookie bracket. Not a lot of players that are just winging it on a wing and a prayer are really going to get this one to go, but you got the guide, you got the style, you know that one can fly. Hole number 9, this one's still very, very long, and you have to get the drive right here, or you will not get an eagle. I set up with the extra mile and a Titan. You could play a Kingmaker into this kind of wind. 2 top and 2 bars of left spin. Now, if you have a good tailwind, you're probably going to use like 2 bars of backspin, okay? So keep that in mind. I'm set up just to the left of that little kidney-shaped bunker, and we're going to give this one like almost max left curl. It really depends on the wind. But in this situation, I'm going with basically max left here for the EM6. You'll notice that it puts me in, a pretty good position here, more to the right than you might expect. However, with that big dog, you can reach right over the trees at the end here. Obviously, this hole plays quite a bit uphill, so I'm setting up right near the end, and as you can see, this becomes a legitimate albatross hole with the new hole locations. 4 back, 2 bars of left spin, and -10, anywhere between -10 to 0% elevation here, I think is really going to be the sweet spot for getting this drop. It used to be that it was barely ever worth even trying to sneak out a drop here from the front tee, especially with low-level clubs. But honestly, I think the new changes to this course have been really, really good. And I hope that it does work out that way for everyone, because my experience here has been really fun. So I wish you the very best of luck here in the Santa Ventura 9-hole Cup with the new hole locations. Good luck to you, and I look forward to seeing you on the course. Thank you for watching.